A 126-year tradition continues. This is Detroit Tigers Baseball on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. From the Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park, let's join the voices of Tigers Baseball, Greg Gagne and Dan Petrie.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another beautiful day here at Comerica Park. Greg Gagne alongside Dan Petrie. Our matchup tonight, the Detroit Tigers taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. The red-hot Detroit Tigers, Dan, winners of 6 in a row, 9 of their past 10. They've gotten themselves back in the race, and they're coming off of a really impressive win over the Phillies last night.
Well, everything just continues to go the Tigers' way. They're getting great starting pitching, and they're hitting the ball out of the ballpark. When you combine those two, you're going to win a lot of games. They go up against a tough customer in Christopher Sanchez tonight, so hopefully they can keep that going against a really tough lefty.
Really good pitching matchup today and tomorrow. Casey Mize goes for the Tigers today, opposed by Christopher Sanchez. We'll hear from manager A.J. Hinch coming up next right here on the pregame show on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Play ball!
Meijer is the proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers, and we're cheering them on every game to a winning season. We're looking forward to more home runs, RBIs, shutouts, and new Major League records. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit, where the Tigers' roar never stops, and the 7th inning stretch means we're getting ready to pounce. Save and win with Meijer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers.
We know what you love. You love baseball. You love the Detroit Tigers. You love spending a day at Comerica Park. We also know what you don't love, standing in line. So we made a VIP entrance, so you could do more of the things you love and less of the things you don't. All you have to do is bank with Comerica. With your Comerica bank card, you'll feel like a VIP the moment you walk in, just like you do at our bank. Learn more at comerica.com/yourpark. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Are your taste buds tingling? Your spidey senses telling you to try Little Caesars' new Webberoni Pizza. A web of shredded pepperoni and toasted 2-cheese blend in every bite. Quick, grab another slice with your new spidey reflexes. Try Little Caesars Webberoni Pizza for just $8.99 and see Spider-Man Brand New Day in theaters July 31st. Rated PG-13.
Pizza.
Plus tax where applicable. Available to participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, many areas in New York, Oregon, and Washington, and third-party online sites. Copyright 2026 LCE.
These days, it feels like everything costs more, and healthcare is no different. But what many people don't realize is that rising hospital costs, prescription prices, and more people needing care all affect what Michigan families pay. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan is ready to help by lowering drug costs, focusing on preventive care, and improving quality while reducing unnecessary costs. Because affordability matters to everyone, and progress is happening. Learn more about what Blue Cross is doing to help at mibluedaily.com/affordability.
The A.J. Hinch Show, a preview of today's game with Tigers manager A.J. Hinch. Brought to you by McLaren Health, official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers.
Back on the Detroit Tigers pregame show, A.J. Hinch, Tiger manager, met with the media this afternoon at Comerica Park, and the first thing he answered today was about today's MLB draft.
The pick, I know, I was right to the finish line of our hitters meeting. So, of course, we drafted a pitcher, and McGonigal was the first one that was starting to break down what he has and what he doesn't have and how he pitches and where he would probably pitch him. So I said, we'll see him next spring.
Scuba was watching the velo and the vertical pick and everything on TV, was giving the seal of approval.
For sure. No, if there's one thing that you'll find around draft time is an opinion in a major league clubhouse on who these kids are and what they can do, and then we see them soon. So it's an exciting day, especially for the Lombard family. I do want to mention that. I mean, that's
the MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
That brings up Samuel Basayo.
The 1-1. Basayo hits his high in the air. Center field. Langford back. This one is way out of here. That may have been off the batter's eye in center. Samuel Basayo just hit it where almost no one ever has. Holy smokes. Some 440 feet later, Samuel Basayo just destroyed that baseball. A breathtaking moment at Camden Yards.
437, 109.5 off the bat.
I'm Jonathan Nahum, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
Explore more at oakland.edu.
Summer is heating up at Jack Dimmer Ford. This month, Ford AZ customers can get a 36-month lease on the 2026 Big Bend Bronco for $379 a month, with $39.39 due at signing with no security deposit required. Includes $750 in renewal, always on ICI, and $500 in summer sales event mega RCL cash. Hurry, offer ends August 31st. Visit jdimmerford.com or discover the Dimmer difference at Jack Dimmer Ford on Michigan Avenue, a mile and a half east of I-275 in Wayne.
American values, strength, quality, and pride in a job well done. Everything Wallside has meant for over 82 years. And as America celebrates 250 years, Wallside is too. With half off all windows. Plus, get an extra $250 off every window for cash. Or choose low monthly payments with our no deposit, no interest financing. Strength, quality, pride in a job well done. Wallside, 1-800-521-7800. Or go to wallside.com.
Jeffrey Gruber around the league from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Big B Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. Two teams in the American League are in the process of getting back into it. One of those teams, of course, are the Tigers. They're 22-12 in their last 34 games. And then the other team, the Boston Red Sox, who are equally as hot, and they too are trying to erase a deep hole that they dug earlier in the season. Red Sox in the Big Apple taking on the Mets, trying to make it a 7-game winning streak. They did easily. Up 2-1, seventh inning, Anthony Siegler, see ya.
And he lofts one toward the left field corner, deep down the line. It's gone! Right off the bottom of the foul pole. Anthony Siegler kept it fair. It's his second home run, and the Red Sox add to the lead. It's 4-1.
Red Sox win at 6-2. They have won 12 of their last 14 games, and they're just a game and a half out of a wild card spot in the American League. The city of Boston is pumped. The Sox are right back in it. Around the league, brought to you by Bet365, the Tigers have 63 homers in their last 34 games. Take Jake Rogers to go yard today. He's been red hot. You get great odds at plus 850. This has been Around the League on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Recently, our company softball team lost a big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win. Like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later.
Sound familiar, Dale?
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Michigan. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
One call to the Mike Morse Law Firm gets you access to justice. And for many, that's justice after a car or truck crash. But that's not all we do. We handle every type of personal injury case, from police brutality, slip and fall, birth trauma, wrongful death, dog bites, and many more. If you've been wronged, it's our goal to make it right. We have the resources and staff to get you the justice you deserve. Who you hire matters. 855-MIKE-WINS.
It's natural to have questions about what's next, from a diagnosis you never expected or a treatment plan that feels complicated and short on options. But you always have a choice to believe your path forward should have clarity and confidence with access to pioneering therapies and the latest clinical trials. Cancer is everything we do, and we do it all right here in Michigan. At Carmanis, you can get a second opinion appointment within 7 days. Call us at 1-800-CARMANIS.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
You know, sitting beside Mike in the clubhouse, he's a huge card guy. Just watching him go through boxes and boxes of cards, I kind of got a little bit of the edge. You rip a pack and you just kind of get what you get and see what you see.
Yeah, so see what we got. Jose Ramirez.
Freddie Peralta.
Look at this one here, Joe. This is...
Oh, yeah, I keep that off to the side right there. I mean, you're going to rock, paper, scissors.
Really, it's him.
1 of 25, Andrew McCutcheon. This is absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It started with Toronto thing. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I told my wife and Louis, I feel like this is it. So every ballpark I would go to, I'd kind of look around and like, okay.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. It was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. The black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
7 brilliant innings on the mound tonight for the Phillies all-star left-hander Jesus Luzardo.
11 punch-outs, and that ERA on the road continues to plummet.
Gavin Williams on the mound for the Guardians today. He is out of the game, but he was absolutely spectacular today. 7 innings, 3 hits, the 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 11 punch-outs. It's his 4th plus strikeout game of the season. Mix in 13 swings and misses.
In Toronto, I actually thought after Miami I was going to be done. Ross Atkins calls me, lays it out. John Snyder, brand new manager, wanted some experience with him on the bench, and I was like, okay, this sounds. I've always liked Toronto. I thought, okay, there's a purpose there. And then the same thing felt here. I felt there was a purpose that Dave wanted me here with this group of guys.
Just felt it, yeah.
Yeah, you feel it when, you know, and the way he presents it, right? We got an older club. We got some veteran guys that are really, really good players. We'd like you to be around those guys and help Tomps in any way we can.
Yep.
And just try to get a little bit different mix in here.
Yeah, just the perfect fit. But, you know, I know you'll credit the players, but, I mean, what has gone into just, what did you come in and just how did you turn the club around and the record around?
Well, you got to take the I out of that because I don't feel like I did anything other than stay the course. Just lay out a little bit of something that, you know, we got to play better. Yeah. You know, we weren't 9-19 because we were unlucky the whole time. We weren't 9-19. We were 9-19 because we weren't playing very well. We weren't catching the ball great. Our at-bats weren't great. We weren't pitching that good. So, I mean, it's pretty simple, right? If you're going to win, you got to play good baseball. And basically, that's all I talked about. Our starting pitching ironed itself out. We started getting 6 innings, 7 innings. Sanchez goes on a roll. Yep. Zach's coming back. Yep. He's starting out. Lazar was a little bit up and down early, then he solids out. So all of a sudden, we're throwing guys out there that are going 6, 7 innings every time. Now my bullpen's in order because they're not getting overpitched. And we won a bunch of close games early, and then the offense started getting going a little bit, and then it's had both. And now we're heading in the right direction.
Exactly. Yep.
We'll have more after this on the Tigers Radio Network.
Detroit Tigers Baseball. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Hey, Matt Vierling here. From the stands, people see the highlights. Home runs, stolen bases, diving catches. What they don't see is the preparation to be ready for the unexpected. That's how I look at my car, too. Repairs can hit out of nowhere, and they're not cheap. With CarShield, you get the best defense against costly car repairs. When something goes wrong, you're not scrambling. You've got a plan. A CarShield plan.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Hi, Matt Garco here from Bill Brown Ford in Livonia. Right now, you will pay what we pay for your next Ford vehicle. Our customers are not just buyers, they're neighbors, friends, and family, some of whom have been returning for 50 years for their vehicle needs. At Bill Brown Ford, our mission is simple, to provide our customers with the best new car sales and service experience.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win! Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them, and I was like, I think we can get these results, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to have that moment and have everyone so excited to have a picture of you is a fun moment.
What did Taj Bradley do, though? He looked like an all-star. He pitched 7 innings, and he was dominant, to say the least. He had all his pitches working. 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts, big numbers.
This has been a dominant performance by the Phillies right-hander. Swing and a miss. He just matched his career high. 14 strikeouts through 7 innings for Zach Wheeler. An absolutely dominant performance.
Deep to the wall, and it's a record! A Pirate record!
Ryan O'Hearn, the first Pirate with a 10 RBI game! 10!
We watched history tonight at PNC Park.
He may never make an out again.
12 consecutive plate appearances with a hit for Tyler Tolbert. A major league record.
It is back, it is gone! Home run number 300!
hit for Shohei Ohtani. Instant offense for the show that never ends.
It's proud distributors of Bell's Brewery, founders, and Long Drink. What's the key for the Tigers to extend this success?
Well, I mean, this pitching matchup, both of them have 2.6 ERAs, so runs, it seems, would be at a premium, and the guy on the mound has been just tremendous. And the right-handed hitters, I believe, are going to have to come up big against Christopher Sanchez, because the lefties, it's a really tough at-bat left on left. But the three lefties in the Tigers lineup, they've been known to hit left-handers, so but I think you got to look for the right-handers to do some damage.
Yeah, our pitching matchup is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For all the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. You bring up Christopher Sanchez. He's coming off of a career worst start against the Kansas City Royals. For the Tigers, coming off of back-to-back wins, it'll be right-hander Casey Mize. A really, really, really good start against the New York Yankees. Then he followed it up with a win last time out against Texas.
Yeah, he's on one of those rolls just like all the starting pitchers for the Tigers are. Everything seems to be working for Casey, but especially that four-seam fastball. He's at the bottom, he's at the top, and then it just sets everything else up. But that four-seam fastball is that main pitch for him.
Lineups being exchanged at home plate. Dan Petrie, how about some starting lineups?
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Comerica Bank. Want to elevate your small business? Visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. For the Phillies, leading off at shortstop, Trey Turner. Batting second, the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber. Batting third at first base, Bryce Harper. Batting fourth in left field, Brandon Marsh. Batting fifth at third base, Alec Boehm. Batting sixth at second base, Bryson Stott. Doing the catching and batting seventh, JT Realmuto. Batting eighth in right field, Gabriel Rincones Jr. And batting ninth in center field, Derek Hill. For the Tigers, leading off in center field, Matt Bierling. Batting second at third base, Kevin McGonigal. Batting third, the designated hitter, Dylan Dingler. Batting fourth at first base, Spencer Torkelson. Batting fifth in left field, Riley Green.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The Red Sox got their 4th of July party started early with a 4-game sweep of the struggling Yankees at Fenway.
Can you believe it?
It's the first time the Sox have swept a 4-game series from the Yankees since 2018, and it's largely thanks to the efforts of their red-hot rookie-filled rotation. With the Yankee offense continuing to struggle without Aaron Judge, the Sox pitchers didn't miss a beat. Connolly early set the stage with a 9K performance in a Game 1 duel against Cam Schlittler, while Peyton Tolley provided a strong follow-up act with 7 one-hit innings in Game 2. And the newest rookie, Jake Bennett, got in on the action himself and took home the win in Game 3.
And all of a sudden, the Red Sox are rolling against their arch rival.
But it was the veteran Sonny Gray who provided the showstopper in Game 4, taking a no-hitter into the 8th in his finest start of the year. Jarren Duran capped the sweep with a 10th-inning walk-off that kept the Yankees tumbling out of first place.
High fly ball, deep right center, great carry, and that baby's gone.
Andy, watch where this pitch is. It's 2 baseballs up and away off the plate. I don't know how he hit it, and I don't know how he hit it out.
Well, he hit it 438 to the opposite field. 27 home runs now. You wonder how many of the 27 have actually been pitches in the strike zone. He can go get pitches out of that zone and drive them out of the ballpark everywhere.
And all their big names, they feel confident that they're going to come out on top.
And Dan, this is a Phillies team that when you look up and down the lineup card on a given day, it seems like threat after threat after threat. But they've got a lot of hitters in this lineup who are really hitting well below their career averages, and it starts at the top with Trey Turner.
You know what? I mean, just think about when the Tigers were going through what they went through in May. It was the same thing. It was like one day you might have guys that would be hitting and then no pitching. And then the next day you'd have really good pitching and then no hitting, and that's kind of what it is for the Phillies. One day they're getting good pitching, one day they're not, and then one day they're getting some offense, and then one day they're not. So they just don't have everything put together where the Tigers do.
Casey Mize going through his warm-up tosses right now. The first pitch of the game is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. The first inning is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. The native of Springville, Alabama, Casey Mize, set to make his 14th start of the season. As I mentioned at the top, coming off of back-to-back wins over the Yankees and the Texas Rangers. Both of those were on the road, Dan, and I think that's even more impressive that Casey was able to put up those two performances, 7 innings of one hit ball against the Yankees, and then against the Rangers, 6 2/3, where he allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. And so 2 really good road performances for Casey. Now he gets to pitch in front of his home crowd heading into the All-Star break.
And I think everybody wants to end their first half very, very solid, including Casey, kind of not snubbed, but, an all-star last year, wants to show everybody why he should be this year.
Trey Turner takes the first pitch of the game. It's a 4-seam fastball up, and we are underway here in downtown Detroit. Middle game of this 3-game series between the Tigers and the Phillies. So glad you could join us. The 1-0 pitch from Mize is taken, a called strike, bottom rail, back-to-back 4-seam fastballs, and the count is evened up on Turner. Add a ball and a strike. Turner 0 for 4 yesterday in the series opener. As Mize rocks and delivers the 1-1, it's taken high. Check swing, he didn't go. It's 2 balls and a strike. And Turner, as I mentioned, Dan, well below. He was the National League batting champ a season ago. He comes in hitting .237 with 10 homers. He'll swing and miss at a slider from Casey Mize, and it evens the count at 2-2.
And, you never know what kind of second half he's going to have, but you're exactly right. They're going to count on him, especially if they're going to pencil him in at the top of the order each and every game.
2-2 from Mize. Misses below the zone on a slurve, and it runs the count full on Turner. I think the alarming thing, Dan, when you look at Trey Turner's line for this season, is the strikeout rate. It's up 5% year over year. It's already at 90 strikeouts. And that strikeout rate is at a career high, 22.2%. 3-2, Mize lost him. Up and in fastball that got away from him. And Turner, he'll draw a leadoff walk ahead of Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, you just see that look on Casey's face, just very disgusted. I mean, Casey doesn't make many mistakes, and he's such a perfectionist that anytime something doesn't go quite the way he wants it to, you can really see it, but he is so quick to make an adjustment and get right back on things.
So he'll work from the stretch to face the very dangerous Kyle Schwarber. First pitch to Schwarber misses up and away on a slider, and that is ball 1. Tigers held him at bay yesterday, went 0 for 3 with a walk in the ball game. It's tied for the second longest on-base streak in the big leagues with 16 consecutive games reaching base. The 1-0. Got him to pop it up, middle of the infield. Coming in is the shortstop, Zach McKinstry. He's under it on the infield grass. He'll make the catch. That's a big out, Dan.
Yeah, it's also one of those pitches that's been very good for Casey Mize, is that slider, and he made a nice adjustment. The first one was real high, non-competitive, and then Casey just made that little adjustment, threw it on the back door outside to Kyle Schwarber, and he just got underneath it and popped it up.
It's a pretty good combo, or trio rather, 2, 3, and 4 in this Phillies lineup. You go from Schwarber to now Bryce Harper. Infield plays for 2 as Mize picks on to first, and diving back ahead of it is Trey Turner. Turner, he's liable to swipe a bag. He's 16 of 18 this season. Eduardo Valencia, Tiger catcher tonight, playing in his 3rd game with the Tigers at his first start as a major league catcher here this evening. Mize with the first pitch to Harper. Misses down and away on a split for ball 1.
And Harper's another one of those Phillies, as you indicated, right now 0 for 19 with 8 strikeouts in his last 6 games. And they need Schwarber and Harper to be clicking if the Phillies want to continue playing as good a ball as they have.
The 1-0 up and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, it's very rare, Dan, when you look at a stat sheet and see Bryce Harper hasn't had a hit in 6 games.
Yeah, but anytime you can pop up Schwarber, I mean, he's like Gary Carpenter. It's just that big swing waiting to happen.
The 2-0, Harper takes all the way. He takes a slider that bends around the outside corner for a cold strike 1. Casey Mize, four-seamer, splitter, slurve, sinker, and slider in his arsenal. Primarily uses the four-seam. The 2-1. Outside, he's fallen behind 3-1 now to Harper. Bryce Harper hitting .258, 20 home runs. So the power numbers are there for Harper. He only hit 27 last year, already at 20 prior to the break this year. These are scoreless. It's time for Dollars on Deck. If Riley Green gets a hit this inning, Northville Lumber will donate to Detroit Pipebusters. Northville Lumber, Michigan's oldest business, largest Trex decking dealer. Spencer Torkelson leads things off. Takes a changeup away from Christopher Sanchez. 4-1. Torque, 1 for 4 yesterday. Hit his 16th home run of the season. As Sanchez deals on the 1-0. It's taken at the top of the zone. Changeup called strike one, evens the count. Again, it's not often you see a pitcher at the major league level, especially a starting pitcher, that does not have a four-seam fastball.
Not yet.
The 1-1. Taken outside corner, sinker, called strike two.
You know, it's a lot of the ones that had four-seamers notice that have started to throw a lot of sinkers this year. Their four-seam fastball usage has gone down. Their sinker has gone up. And you would think that Christopher Sanchez may get to that point one time, and just the opposite. Start throwing more four-seamers.
The 1-2, Torkelson takes a called strike three. He's going to challenge this one, but I don't know if he's going to win it.
Yeah.
We will see as we look at the big board, and it was correct. Called strike three, so the Tigers down to one challenge. Second strikeout for Christopher Sanchez. Umpires for today's game: Hunter Wendelstadt at third, Nick Lentz at second, Edwin Moscoso's at first, Vic Carapazza has the plate. Carapazza was actually the home plate umpire when the Tigers faced Christopher Sanchez at Citizens Bank Park last season. First pitch to Riley Green, swinging a tap foul up the first base line. It's 0-1.
Think Framber Valdez, you know, how he's starting to throw more four-seam fastballs. So, you know, he just kind of broke it out and just starts to maybe increase a little bit each start, or just a lineup that's more, you know, more suited for four-seam fastballs. So Sanchez could do that.
Green, a bouncer up the first base line, a foul, and he's quickly in a hole, 0-2. Yeah, he dominated the Tigers in that start in Philadelphia last year. 8 scoreless innings, allowed 5 hits with a walk and 6 Ks. Charlie Morton had a pretty good start that day for the Tigers as well, but he was upstaged by Sanchez's performance. The 0-2 is down and away.
Boy, that whole series was very electric. Man, that ballpark was alive, and that was a fun series. You can only imagine what it's going to be like for the Home Run Derby, for the All-Star game.
1-2 to Green. Taken. Called strike three, froze him on a changeup. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Sanchez. 2 gone here in the second. Tiger Injury Report is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Justin Verlander, 20-pitch bullpen yesterday for the Tigers, Dan, and seems like things are progressing in the positive direction.
You know, we can only hope, and I still think that he's gonna contribute.
Eduardo Valencia swings through a changeup, and it's an 0-1 count.
And that's selfish thinking because of
I
how
think
bad
it's all selfish for all of us.
We want to see him. Absolutely.
Tarek Skubal actually addressed that today when he had a little media session. The 0-1, Valencia swing and a miss on a changeup, and it's 0-2. And I there was a really good line that Tarek had said today, and he goes, you know, Kershaw went out a winner. I hope we could do the same for JV. And I thought that was a real good perspective from the ace of the staff, Tarek Skubal. 0-2 on Valencia. Sanchez deals. Swing and another tripled up on the changeup, and it was a tap foul at home plate. So Valencia hanging tough. Counts 0-2. He had the go-ahead RBI single yesterday, laced into the gap in left center. Valencia, the big home run a couple of nights ago against the Athletics. Such an easy young player to root for, Eduardo Valencia. The 0-2, missing inside. It's a ball and 2 strikes. He had everybody in the media in tears after his post-game session a couple of nights ago. Just such a well-grounded kid and so appreciative of the fact that he is here. Ball and 2 strikes, the count on Valencia. 2 down, bases empty, and a scoreless second. The 1-2, swing and a tap foul. Third base side, hanging tough, is Eduardo Valencia.
Yeah, spoiled a real good changeup. That's one of those ones that Sanchez loves to throw down and get the chase, but Valencia was able to just get a piece of it.
The 1-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Turner moving to his left. He will scoop, spin around, throw across, gets Valencia, and Tigers go in order. Go to the third. Tigers and Phillies.
Left center Profar sprints over. Oh, he lost it. It looked like it was going to be a really good play for Jurgen Profar.
He did not see that ball. He didn't even come close to it.
These interactions between De La Cruz and Tito Francona have been priceless.
Got it there.
Yes, indeed.
And the ball wasn't the only thing that landed in the basket.
What in the world happened out there to Jung-Hoo Lee?
That's wild. I mean, you don't see that in the big leagues.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
This ball's hit deep to left field. Ryan Reynolds clears the deck. Wow! Bangs off the facade of the second deck. Anchored down with his first home run. Back-to-back Bucks. 5-0 Pittsburgh.
That's what you want to see from Brian Reynolds. Driving the ball, using the middle of the field, and got that pitch out over the middle of the plate. Fans up there don't usually get home run balls. They almost got one there. And hey, let's do it.
Third inning at Comerica Park. Tigers and Phillies are scoreless. Third inning is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Just saw Jake Rogers, who's been doing a little bit of everything, warming up the pitcher Casey Mize while Eduardo Valencia was getting his gear on. You know, Dan, a couple of innings ago, they had one of those in-between inning things on the video board, and they were asking Tiger players, as Derek Hill stands in. Big night last night with 3 hits, including a home run, the former Tiger, first-round pick. And the question of the day was, you know, who would you, if you had to pick one teammate to be deserted on a deserted island with, who would it be? And saw Tarek Skubal as Hill puts one in the air, a foul, and it's quickly 0-2. So both Tarek Skubal and Riley Green, they picked Jake Rogers.
We couldn't hear why, though.
I didn't hear the why,
well,
but they went with. But he's such a resourceful human being. He'll do anything you ask.
Well, I mean, I saw that and I was curious who they would pick, but I want to hear the why.
0-2 slider got away from Mize that time, missing down and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Like, is he entertaining? Will he cook a lot for you? Will he go out?
I think he's a jack
hunt?
of all trades.
You know,
he will do whatever it takes to survive on the island. The 1-2. Missing low, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Including kill you.
Yeah, he might. Well, if you're the last piece of food standing in the way, it could be.
That's why I want to hear why.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swinging a bouncer to third. McGonigal has to back up on it, has to hurry the throw, and it draws Spencer Torkelson off the bag. It's probably a base hit. Hill still runs very well up that line.
Yeah, he does. He just backed up to get that nice hop. The chest-high hop, and then Hill, I think he just realized, Derek Hill's running. I need to rush that throw a little bit, and it ended up just slightly up the line.
Hill is aboard at first. He stole 7 bases with the White Sox at the beginning of the season. He played in 50 games with Chicago before being traded to the Phillies. Trey Turner takes high and away for ball 1. So it leads me to my question to you was, who would your teammate have been if you had to be stranded on a deserted island? The 1-0. Runner going, pitch a strike, throw down to second is high from Valencia. Stolen base for Derek Hill. That's his first as a Philly.
Philadelphia batters.
Yeah, he had 7 with the White Sox, and that didn't carry over until today. As you said, Greg, first as a Philly.
Pitch was a called strike, and Trey Turner challenged, and he wins the challenge. It was off by about 1.5 inches.
I'd have to think about that for a minute. The first name that popped into my head was Alan Trammell, but give me
2-0, a swing and a foul straight back to the screen. Turner walked and was stranded on third base in the first inning.
You know what? I'm going to say Tommy Brookins.
Tommy Brookins, okay.
Tommy Brookins would he'd keep you laughing. He'd keep you entertained because of his personality, and he's a big hunter, so he would definitely put food on the table.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss on a slider. Count evens at 2-2. No score third inning. Tigers and Phillies. Phillies man on second. They gave Kevin McGonigal an E5, Dan, on that play where Derek Hill reaches. He's off second, takes off for third, pitches a ball, throw down to third, not in time. Close play, I think, stuck in there. A.J. Hinch, the hand up. We'll see if the Tigers decide to challenge. And they say no challenge, so he'll just getting the oven mitt on the bag as McGonigal was applying the tag.
Boy, but they gave that a good long look. Austin Tripp was really looking long and hard at that one. Made to that last second before making a decision.
3-2 is hit on a line to center. This will be deep enough to get a run home. Matt Vierling into the alley. Derek Hill comes in to score. So an error, 2 stolen bases, and a sac fly puts the Phillies on the board, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia here in the third.
Yeah, you wonder if Philadelphia is just kind of taking advantage of Eduardo Valencia's first time behind the plate, trying to put a little pressure on the young man. But, boy, that one at third base was a really close play. Made a nice, solid throw. First one, he really didn't have much of a chance on at second base.
First pitch to Kyle Schwarber, a swing and a miss on a fastball. He challenged him again, Dan. Oh, you know what, Dan? They keep showing the replay of it on the TV side. Hill was out. The 0-1, swing and a tap foul. McGonigal's glove grazed the tip of the oven mitt before he touched third base. Tough break for the Tigers there. May have been too close to challenge in the third inning.
That's why I think it was taking so long for him to make up their mind.
The 0-2, he got him, a swinging strike 3. Good splitter from Casey Mize. Gets the very dangerous Kyle Schwarber for his third strikeout of the game. Schwarber will swing and miss. It's the 141st time he has struck out this season. And he's still OPSing over 900. He's pretty good.
That's right. Just one of those all-or-nothing kind of things.
Bryce Harper, a cut and a miss at a splitter.
That splitter is really, Casey kind of took his time breaking that out, but once he's broken it out, it is really effective.
He threw 25 splitters against the Rangers in his last start, 16 in his prior start against the Yankees. Both were wins. The 0-1. Harper puts one in the air, center field. Going back on the ball is Vierling. Out into no man's land. Vierling will make the catch, and the side is retired. Unearned run.
Pops one up left side. Griffin back on it. Now fighting the sun. Lays out and makes a sparkling diving catch.
How good was that?
Joe was great. Gave up just 3 hits, including an infield hit, 1 walk, 9 punch-outs, 107 pitches.
9 strikeouts for Ryan today and 7 shutout.
Cut to left field. Ronnie Green leaps through the air and makes a spectacular catch. Wow! Ronnie took about 3-4 steps and flew through the air with a backhand.
Kyle Karras gives the Rockies the lead with their first homer of the day. It's 7-6 Colorado. Yuri Perez had himself a day on the mound for Miami. 7 perfect innings with 8 strikeouts.
Visit us in the showroom today or online at BillBrownFord.com.
Number 1 Ford dealers based on Ford's new total retail sales reports for 2019 through 2025.
Better access means better care. McLaren provides the care you need when you need it. Stay in the game with quality care at McLaren.org.
Partner of the Detroit Tigers in this series is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. How you lead leads off the Tiger third. They're trailing the Phillies 1-0. Christopher Sanchez starts him off with a slider for a called strike one. Dan mentioned righties are having better success against Sanchez than lefties this year. He is a wiry kid on the hill. Not a lot of meat on those bones, but he can sure throw a baseball. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a sinker away, and the count evens up.
This is one of those innings that the Tigers have done a really good job of answering back when the opponent happens to score. It's almost like, you know, they just have something in them that says, oh, okay, we got punched, we're going to punch back. See if the Tigers can get right back, at least one run back in this bottom of the third.
The 0-2 on Lee. Swinging a line drive left field. Brandon Marsh moving over, and he reaches out and makes the running catch for out number 1. It's now 6 in a row set down by Sanchez. 1 down for Ben Malgiri. But Dan, that's a good point that you bring up, because it seems like when the calendar flipped to June, that has been the brand of Tiger baseball. You punch, we punch harder.
Yeah.
Here's Malgiri. Was a defensive replacement in last night's game. Did not get an at-bat. First pitch. He takes outside, and that's ball 1. Malgiri in his brief time with the Tigers hitting .250, still looking for that first big league home run. 1-0 Phillies here in the third, the 1-0. Didn't pull the trigger, he takes it away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. That changeup is so tantalizing.
That's why I think that's a really good take, because it looks like a strike out of the hand. Malgiri kind of starts his swing and then recognizes it's going to go off the plate and holds up.
The 2-0. It's taken for a strike on a sinker, and it's 2-1.
Well, you talked about he hasn't hit his first major league home run, and boy, I remember in spring training he showed some really tremendous power. Some of the blasts he's hit in spring training.
He's such an athletic kid. The 2-1 up and away, 3-1 the count. And when he gets a hold of a baseball, it can fly. We saw that on display really the last 2 spring trainings.
Yes.
He's gotten called over several times. 3 balls and a strike on Malgiri. Sanchez deal. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line. Backhanded play by Alec Bohm. Long throw and safe at first base. Throw was beyond Bryce Harper, but I think that's a base hit. Ben was motoring up that line.
Yeah, Bohm got tangled up over at third base while fielding that ball. It kind of came back on him and then makes a high throw, and Bryce Harper kept his foot on the bag, trying to just stretch as far as he could to see if he could somehow come up with that ball, but it just grazed the tip of his glove. But no advancement from Malgiri.
A man on first, left on left here with Zach McKinstry. Sanchez stretches, deals first pitch to Zach, swinging a line drive deep to left center. Derek Hill! Oh my goodness, what a play. Full extension dive. And he robs an extra base hit from McKinstry and robs a run from the Tigers.
Well, we said this last night. Derek Hill was playing good baseball for the Chicago White Sox and playing quite a bit. And all of a sudden, after the Tigers saw him, he was over here in Philadelphia in these first 2 games. I mean, he wasn't supposed to be in the starting lineup yesterday and had the 3 hits. Today he's come back, scored the only run and then just takes extra bases away from Zach McKinstry, who has to give a little tip of the cap out to Derek Hill in center field. What a play.
I mean, the closing speed on that, Dan, he put it in another gear. Here's Matt Vierling, takes down and away for a ball. Vierling a line drive to right center in the first.
Wow, and that ball had to be slicing away from him off the bat of Zach McKinstry, and that's why Zach McKinstry's in the lineup. I mean, I know he's not hitting left-handers that well, but he's done it in the past, and another good swing.
2 outs, man on first. Vierling, line drive, right field. Matt's got a 2-hit day. Charging quickly is Rincones, and Malgeri will hold at second. So Matt Vierling 2 for 2, and the Tigers have their first man in scoring position for Kevin McGonigal.
Well, I always think that's a nice sign when Matt Vierling goes the other way. His first base hit was just to the right of second base. That time just right into right field. When he's going good, those pitches out over the plate where he's hitting them the other way or back up the middle, nice approach.
So here's McGonigal, who'll be headed back home in a couple of days. His home is in Alden, Pennsylvania. Talked to him today. Door to door, about 20 minutes from his parents' house to Citizens Bank Park as he swings and misses at a slider. Has between 25 and 30 people. They asked him today, how many requests did you get? And he goes, requests, I don't know, but I'm not honoring all of them. Sanchez 0-1. McGonigal swings, pounds it into the ground, foul up the first base line. It's 0-2.
I make good money, but I don't make that kind of money. I told him the other day, I asked him if he got his suit yet for the red carpet. He goes, yep, I got it. And
now, is it the same suit he's wearing from the press conference? Because that was the first suit he had ever owned.
No, he just picked this one up. Just got it. And I said, well, that's a reason for me to tune in. I can't wait to see it.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. Got him on the changeup. So the Tigers threaten they cannot put across a run as Sanchez picks up his 4th strikeout of the night.
Carpenter reaches out, makes a catch! Wow! Carey snares it and saves the day. Snagged by Ortiz, throws to second. They get the out there. That is as good a play as you will ever see at third base.
And he's going to try to go to third. Juan throws on the money. He's a dead duck. Not only a gold glove, but a golden arm as well.
Walls reaches out to his left with his back to the infield and makes the catch. A no-look catch by Taylor Walls.
Super Sal. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's Sal.
Fiducia is being waved home. Collins' throw is perfect.
Isaac Collins said, not here, not now, not in this 6th inning. Caught by McGonigal. At third with a leap.
Tough play for Karras. Can he get Sanoa? You bet. How strong is Karras' arm? That was from the outfield grass.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
And our home is right here in Detroit.
Top of the 4th inning, Brandon Marsh to lead it off. First pitch up and away, ball 1 from Casey Mize. 3 innings for Casey. He has struck out 3. He has walked 1. Gave up an unearned run in the 3rd. Marsh swings, taps it foul up the first base line. Evening up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Marsh. He is headed to the All-Star game for the first time in his professional career. The 1-1, wave and a miss. Top of a good splitter from Casey Mize, and he's in a hole 1-2. He's in pretty good company. His numbers earlier this season when he was named an All-Star, 870 OPS. The 1-2 is spiked in the dirt. evens the count up at 2-2 Phillies have not had a higher OPS from a primary outfielder before the break. This is Jason Worth back in 2010. 881 OPS that year for Worth. He's a heck of an outfielder, though. 2-2 down and in on a four-seamer, runs the count full on Marsh. 306 hitter. 3-2. Just missed low and away with a slider. So a leadoff walk for Marsh puts him aboard for Alec Bohm.
Tried to catch that backdoor, that outside corner to the left-handed hitting Marsh, and just missed.
Alec Bohm popped out to end the first inning with runners on second and third. Eyes the set, and the first pitch to Bohm. Swing and a miss on a good sinker down the middle. It's 0-1.
Boy, he looked like he was indecisive on that one. That looked like it was by him.
Dan, Casey's pitches seem like they are moving so much. I mean, some of these have been center cut, and it's just that extra little giddy up at the end. Runner goes. The 0-1 is a swing and a foul off to the first base side. And it's quickly 0-2 on Bohm.
Boy, I think Marsh, he got a nice big jump again. Casey was taking a little bit of time to get rid of the baseball. Fortunately, I think for the Tigers that Bohm fouled that one off.
And look, Dan, it's to be expected. You have a guy making his major league debut behind the plate tonight. You're going to test him until he throws you out.
Yep.
Valencia threw out 14, but there were 49 successful stolen bases with him behind the plate in AAA Toledo this year. It's 0-2 on Alec Bohm. Mize got him. Called strike three, slider outside corner. Casey with his fourth strikeout.
Well, you see, Valencia was set up right on the outside corner, and Casey Mize just threaded the needle right into the glove, right on that outside corner. Just froze Alec Bohm.
Fourth inning brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 81 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Bryson Stott, left-hander at the plate. Their baseman pulled in, first pitch taken, a called strike one. Pause for station identification here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Nothing Phillies, top of the fourth inning. The 0-1 is a fastball lined into center field, a base hit for Bryson Stott. Stopping at second base is Brandon Marsh, and the Phillies with two aboard for JT Realmuto.
That's one of the ones that you haven't seen yet in the game. First one where somebody has climbed the ladder and got to that four-seam fastball, got the barrel up on top of it to shoot it up the middle. We've seen a lot of those pitches fouled directly back. But Stott, nice job to get up to that baseball and line it into center.
Tigers will play for two up the middle with the right-handed batter at the plate in Realmuto. How Lee shaded towards second base. First pitch is a slider for a called strike one. Phillies got a run in the third inning on a Trey Turner sacrifice fly. No balls and a strike on Realmuto. Mize kicks and deals, swinging a line drive, hooking down the left field line. That's a fair ball. It's going to get runs home. Here comes Marsh. Bohm hot on his heels. Riley Green will fire it in. It's a two-run double for Realmuto. And the Phillies, they now lead it 3-0 here in the fourth inning. Slider that just sat over the plate.
It was just a hanging slider. The previous one was right on the outside corner. This one just spins right in the middle of the plate. Realmuto just with a nice, under-control, quick swing, then hooked that right down the left field line for 2 RBI double.
So the Phillies, 1 in the third, 2 here in the fourth, have built an early 3-0 lead. Mize kicks and deals to Gabriel Rincones Jr., who bounces to first. Spencer Torkelson will pick it behind the bag. Takes it to the bag himself. Realmuto over to third, 2 outs. Now, here comes Derek Hill. He's been doing everything in this series, Dan.
You know, and I was just thinking about this is right where he tries to lay down a bunt. surprise everybody. And Kevin McGonigal, as soon as I was thinking he comes storming in, probably going to be even with the bag and watch the barrel of that bat.
First pitch to Hill, taken inside, ball one.
He's just that kind of player. The way he's swinging the bat, he's swinging so well, but he's just that kind of player that will do anything and surprise you.
He's got the Gary Jones toothpick as he's at the plate hitting. The 1-0 is taken for a strike. I don't know if I've seen that one before. We saw Jazz Chisholm with the lollipop earlier this year.
Well, UL Washington was a shortstop for the Kansas City Royals, and he always used to play with a toothpick in his mouth, both in the field and at the plate.
Got to imagine that so many things can go wrong there.
Well, the next day after Jazz Chisholm had the sucker in his mouth, he got smoked by Jason Dominguez. Collided out there in short right field.
The 1-1 to Hill. Swing and a miss. Climbed the ladder, got him to chase. It's a 1-2 count. These two were teammates in the minor leagues. Ball and 2 strikes on Hill, 2 outs. Here in the 4th inning, 3-0 Phillies, 1-2 to Hill. Down and away with the splitter. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, you look at Derek Hill's uniform and the front of it from sliding head first on the 2 stolen bases, and then he's got the dirt, then he's got the green from the head first catch out in center field. He's got all kinds of colors going on that front of the uniform.
I mean, it was a Superman dive in center field as he takes up and away, and it runs the count full. Ever more the reason not to play with a toothpick.
Right.
2 stolen bases. And diving catch.
And your head going down as you lay out on your belly, too.
3-2 on Derek Hill. Runner off third is JT Realmuto. The pitch, swinging a line drive, left field, and Derek Hill another hit, his 4th of the series. Makes it 4-0 Phillies as Realmuto scores.
That's just a good swing. That's an under control swing on a high fastball, but didn't try to do too much with it. Just a nice, short, quick line drive stroke. Man.
For a guy, if there was not an injury to Crawford yesterday, would not have been in the lineup. Likely would not have been in the lineup today either. And all he's done in this series is come up with 4 hits, a homer, 3 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases in the first 2 games. Chris Fetter out to the mound to have a chat with Casey Mize. Casey just seems like he's leaving pitches up here in the 4th inning, Dan.
Yeah, to me, he broke out that split finger, and he was getting swings and misses with it. The last time I looked, it was 9 swings and had 5 misses, and then he just kind of quit throwing it.
2 outs, man on first. 4-0 Phillies lead it in the 4th inning. First pitch low on Trey Turner. Turner has walked and has a sacrifice fly and an RBI to his credit.
And you wonder if Derek Hill is thinking about going again.
Long hold this time from Mize, and he will pick on to first, and Hill diving back in ahead of it.
You know, if he is thrown out, you've got Trey Turner, who's your leadoff hitter anyway, leading off the next inning. So it's not a bad gamble.
Runner goes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Valencia pitch, swing and a miss. Valencia's throw, not in time. Hill's got his 3rd stolen base of the game. Better throw that time from Valencia, but Hill got a nice jump.
Yeah, that's after a throw over there, too, so he can get a little bit more of that anticipation lead, thinking that Casey's not going to come over again.
A.J. Hinch told us in a pregame session earlier last month that there will be a time when the Tigers pick over 3 times the first base this year. Doesn't know when it's going to happen, but not to be surprised when we see it as that pitch misses up on Turner and Mize falls behind 2-1. There's some action in the Tigers bullpen. I believe it's Tyler Holton. Mize up to 71 pitches, so a very high pitch count here in the 4th. There's a swinging strike on top of a slider, and it's 2-2. Pitch count brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. 2-2 on Turner. Mize could use a punch out here. He deals. Swing and a little chopper foul towards the Tiger dugout third base side.
Yeah, he went to the split finger that time and just got a piece of it. Doesn't throw a whole lot to the right-handers. At the beginning of the season, he was starting to throw it a little bit more. It's kind of that usage has gone down to the right-handed hitters. Broke it out there and just couldn't quite get the swing and miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Turner. The pitch. Swing and a chopper, left side. Backhand play by McKinstry. Throws across in time, side retired. Phillies get 3. They carry a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th on the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
The first pinch hit home run of the season from the man in the box, Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill follows up. One into the bullpen. O'Neill, 433, just wide of the bird bath. Back-to-back blasts, and I mean blasts, as O'Neill has homered twice off the bench.
These are not cheapies either, folks. These balls are getting out of here, and I mean out of here, too.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The bat, and Magadan tries to get out of the way, and they're going to win the ball game. The bat almost hit Magadan. He ducked, did not catch the ball. I don't believe what I just saw. The bat was in half. He ducked to get out of the way. The bat did not field the ball, and the Mets are going to have a very, very tough loss. One of the most unusual plays I have ever seen.
Season long, Sam Bernstein Law Firm brings you each play under review. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM, and this game is brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Christopher Sanchez back to work for the Phillies. He's got a 4-0 lead, and Dylan Dingler leading it off for the Tigers. Pitch inside and ball 1 on Ding. Tigers had 2 base runners on in the third, could not cash in. Dingler, Torkelson, and Riley Green. Here in the 4th inning, trailing by 4. Sanchez rocks and deals the 1-0. Taking a called strike on a sinker, evens the count. Talked to Dylan Dingler today, and he's so excited to be going to Philadelphia, the All-Star game. The 1-1. Swing and a foul off the catcher. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Dingler.
I think this is such a good sign that he's in the lineup and swinging that bat. You know, you had to be a little bit nervous if he was going to even be able to play this weekend or play in that All-Star game, and this kind of tells you that, yep, all systems are go.
Whole bunch of Dinglers will be heading out to Philadelphia. The 1-2, he got him. A swinging strike 3, or catcher not hang on to it? Must not have.
Yeah, it was that real good changeup again, down and away. Looked like Dylan swung right over the top, but he must have got a little piece and shot it right down into the ground.
Real Muto tried to sell it. It's a ball and 2 strikes as Sanchez delivers. Swing and a little tap right in front of the mound. Sanchez will glove it, turns, throws to first in time. Dingler retired. 1 away for Spencer Torkelson. But Dylan will be traveling. They have a plane for all the All-Stars to head over to Philadelphia. His wife and his young son are going to be with them. All the families will get to ride on the plane together out to Philadelphia. And then Ding was also saying he's got a grandmother lives in New Jersey, and he's got other family that already lives in Philadelphia. So be a nice contingent of Dinglers out there for his first All-Star appearance as Spencer Torkelson swings and misses at a changeup. And it's an 0-1 count. That changeup, such a good pitch for Sanchez, Dan. You think it's a strike, and then it just falls off the table. The 0-1. Swing and a tap into the mid of the catcher, and Torque's in a hole, 0-2.
And you were talking about just how slender he is, but it's that whipping action that he has. He's tall, and that whipping action that he uses, his legs, his arms, and really disguises that changeup and throws hard enough, too.
The 0-2, up and away, a ball and 2 strikes.
You know, he's up at 93, 94 with his fastball, the sinker, and, you know, so there's about a 5 mile an hour separation. 5-6 mile an hour separation on the changeup, but it's just he really sells it with all of that arm action.
The 1-2, check swing. Did he go? Yes, says the first base umpire, Edwin Moscoso. 2 down. That is the 5th strikeout for Sanchez.
And you tell yourself, I got to bring the ball closer to me. I can't chase that pitch. You try, and it looks so good, especially when you have 2 strikes and tough to hold up.
And for a righty, that arm side run that pitch gets away. My goodness. So here's Riley. He went down on strikes looking. He'll swing and miss at a slider. Sinker averages 95 miles an hour. The changeup 86, and the slider 86 as well for Christopher Sanchez. So quite the drop-off. The 0-1. Hooks across the slider for a called strike, and Riley's in a hole, 0-2. And right now, Christopher Sanchez is just pumping strikes, Dan.
Yeah, you get a 4-0 lead, and you're feeling pretty confident about yourself.
0-2 on Riley Green. Sanchez rocks and deals. Swinging a ground ball, hard hit to second. Bryson Stott ranging to his left. He will scoop flip to first. Tigers go quietly. We go to the 5th inning. It's the Phillies 4 and the Tigers 0 on the Troy Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Our factories used to be filled.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
We've run into all kinds of weather so far this year, and this is the first time we've run into a fog.
They're going to have Bonds hit a pop-up and see if they can catch it.
There goes one. Now let's see where that is. I have no idea where it is. There's a lone figure standing out in right field, and only he knows who he is. It's like a set from the Hound of the Baskervilles should be coming out soon.
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
Inning is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. Tigers trailing right now to the Philadelphia Phillies 4-0. And Casey Mize is back to work. Kyle Schwarber leading it off. He'll take ball 1 up. Eyes into his wind in the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a pop up. This one mile high in the air into shallow center. How you lead backing up on it. He'll make the catch. Schwarber 0 for 3. And there's one gone. Dan, it's been the bottom of the lineup today for the Phillies that has gotten it done. Casey's done a nice job against the top half.
Just thinking about Kyle Schwarber, just kind of keep him quiet. He can hit all the home runs he wants to on Monday on the home run derby.
He was having a conversation with Tarek Skubal today on the field, and when Scooble was asked, as the first pitch, Bryce Harper, a rocket towards second that kicks off the glove of Hao-Yu Lee and trickles into right field. That came off the bat at 102.2, and Harper's aboard.
Yeah, another one just like Stott. Bryce Harper able to get to a four-seam fastball, get the barrel up to it. You see enough of them, you're going to know what kind of life they have and the jump they have, and Bryce Harper able to square that one up.
So Harper is aboard, second time today. Here's Brandon Marsh. Mize deals, swinging a tap foul at home plate. So Scuba was joking around with Schwarber pregame today, and he said, hey, you can hit him to the warning track all you want here because you got another 20 feet of room to play with at Comerica Park. Those will be homers at Citizens Bank Park, and so just save those for the Derby. But he said he had a tremendous amount of respect for him, got to know him through the Team USA stuff, and there's a called strike on Marsh. He's quickly in a hole 0-2.
Now you can see what kind of leader both he and Bryce Harper are. Remember when they came here 2 years ago, the Phillies, and you could just tell their presence and what their teammates feel about the two of them.
The 0-2 missing low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And his teammates, Schwarber's teammates, have said, it's like having a second or another coach with having him on the bench. He picks things up. He's just an incredibly cerebral baseball player. Mize picks on to first. Back in ahead of it is Harper.
When Harper looked like he was bluffing over there. Harper doesn't run a lot, but has 5 stolen bases on the year.
Ball and 2 strikes on Marsh. Walked and scored in the 4th. Runner goes, pitches up and away. Valencia's throw. He got him. Phillies had been 3 for 3 stealing bases, and Eduardo Valencia just a dart down to second base to get Bryce Harper. Good throw for the youngster.
You could see him. He was just itching to go, and it was almost like a pitch out, a 4-seam fastball up and away.
And he got him by a pretty good margin.
He got him by a good margin, but it was a perfect pitch to throw on up and away from Brandon Marsh, and he came out of there like a rocket, got rid of it quickly.
The 2-2, a swing and a fly ball right field. Ben Malgiri going back. He's at the warning track ahead of the wall. He'll make the catch, and the side is retired. Good bounce back inning for Casey Mize. Gives up a single to Bryce Harper, who is thrown out trying to swipe second, and then gets a deep fly out from Brandon Marsh. Send this game to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Phillies 4 and the Tigers.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Christopher Sanchez back to work for Philadelphia. Eduardo Valencia to lead it off for the Tigers. First pitch to Eduardo, a swing and a fly ball out to right field. Well struck. Rincones Jr. going back, turns around, looks up, and that ball is gone! Touch of all, Eduardo Valencia. his second home run in 3 games, and the Tigers are on the scoreboard here in the 5th inning.
Boy, you talk about strong. My goodness, that's a sinker going down and away from Eduardo, and he went with it, and that's just kind of the energy that you might need right there. Everything's going real well for Christopher Sanchez. He's settled in, and then all of a sudden, boom. Let's see if that'll just give some life to that lineup, and they can get a couple more right here.
It's now a 4-1 ball game, and here's Hao-Yu Lee, who takes a cold strike. It's a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. That is some grown man strength right there, Dan.
Oh, man.
Holy moly. Opposite field to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. Here's a swing and a tapper. Charging in, third baseman Bohm. Glove play on to first. Just got him.
Oh, boy, I don't know.
Lee immediately pointed to the dugout. A.J. Hinch has the hand up. We'll see if the Tigers challenge. And they will challenge. It was close. What did you have on the naked eye?
Boy, just live, I thought his foot hit, and then he was kind of going on the other side of the bag as soon as the ball arrived. I mean, it was bang, bang, but I thought he just beat it.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That is going to get overturned. Boy, what hustle from Hao-Yu Lee. You hear the applause as everybody sees it on the big board here at Comerica Park. It's a 1-800-CALL-SAM replay.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Detroit retains the challenge.
Boy, a hustle single from Hao-Yu Lee. He was busting up that line. Back-to-back hits for the Tigers for the first time in this ball game. And well, the bottom of the Tigers lineup says, well, if the Phillies bottom half can score runs, so can we.
Boy, but just what one hit can do to energize you. Just keep passing that baton.
Ben Malgeri takes an outside corner changeup for his strike. Ben, he singled in the 3rd inning. Probably one he should have challenged. It was off the plate. The 0-1. Malgeri swings and skies it to center. Coming in is Derek Hill. Routine play for Hill, who makes the catch for the first out of the frame. And here's Zach McKinstry. Boy, you pitchers, Dan, just keep nibbling on that outside corner, and he's starting to get those calls on that changeup.
Yeah, and I think, the other reason, too, is you're about halfway through the game, and I know the Tigers like to have that one challenge left for late in the game. And Ben Malgeri may have just kind of said, I don't want to, especially on a first pitch like that.
Zach McKinstry was robbed of extra bases his last time up as he fouls one to the backstop.
Well, you can see why that everybody was so excited and just biding their time before calling up Valencia, why they wanted to add that right-handed bat.
The 0-1. Taken low, count evens up. And A.J. Hinch even said today, every time we've talked about it, he's been in the conversation for a long time.
And they were just waiting for the things that you were talking about, just all those catching metrics to catch up to warrant him coming up and being able to catch and also face left-handed pitching.
A 1-1 on McKinstry. A swing and a fly ball left field. Brandon Marsh over. He'll make the catch. 2 gone. And, we say it all the time, development is not linear. We knew Eduardo's bat was going to play up here. And it was just a matter of refining those skills and getting a little better. And look, it's not going to happen overnight. And it's going to take him time to settle in as a major league catcher. But he also offers you versatility because who wouldn't want that bat as a DH? Or, if Torque needs a day off at first, he could play a little first base. Pitch inside on Matt Vierling, who's 2 for 2.
No, just the way they like to. AJ likes to, platoon, get that platoon advantage too. When Dylan Dingler's behind the plate quite a bit, it just gives you an opportunity to pinch hit against left-handers late in the game.
1-0, changeup away, 2 balls and no strikes. Sanchez has struck out 5 in this ball game. Strikeout update is brought to you by Carblish, official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. 2-0 on Vierling. Man on first, 2 outs, 4-1 Phillies. Sanchez with a 2-0 pitch, swinging a hard hit ground ball up the middle. Past a diving Turner into center field, base hit. Lee with his head down, headed to third base, and he will get in there safely. And the Tigers trying to get something going here with 2 outs. Men at the corners for Kevin McGonigal.
Boy, how about Matt Vierling, though? My goodness, I mean, whatever Christopher Sanchez is throwing up there, Matt Vierling likes it. He scalds another one, shoots it right up past a diving Trey Turner at shortstop. Boy, and there's that approach again, just everything up the middle or the other way. 3 really solid at-bats from Matt Vierling.
And he was a part of that crew yesterday that was doing the soft toss work prior to the game with Michael Bedar. First pitch to Kevin McGonigal. Swing and a fly ball center field. It should end the inning. Derek Hill over, and he'll get the catch. And the Tigers will strand a pair. Tigers on the scoreboard courtesy of the Eduardo Valencia solo home run to the opposite field. It's 4-1 Phillies as we go to the 6th inning here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
In Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
If you need orthopedic care, McLaren's expert team can help you move better and feel better. Get the care you deserve at McLaren.org.
Mize at 82 pitches as he works into the 6th inning. Tigers have had action in their bullpen a couple of times behind him, haven't gone there yet. The 1-0 up and inside, 2 balls, no strikes. 6th inning is brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Experience the Demmer difference. 2-0 the count on Alec Bohm, who's 0 for 2, has popped to second, struck out swinging. Pitch, a called strike, bounces off the glove of Valencia right in front of him. And it's 2-1 on Bohm. Bohm, Bryce, and Stott, JT Real Muto due up here in the Phillies' 6th inning. Drew Anderson warming in the Tiger bullpen. 2-1, up and in 3-1. Derek Skubal today also giving a tip of the cap to his teammate Casey Mize. 3-1, taken for a strike. And he said, despite Casey hitting the injured list a couple of times this season, he's been an arm that has been so reliable, and the team has relied on him in a big way this season as that pitch has flown foul into the seats. And he thinks Casey has really helped set the tone for the entire starting rotation with his performances this season.
Yeah, I just think it just took him that 1 year, 2024, to get kind of back in it after surgery.
Little half swing on a slider. He went around. That's strike 3. Second time Bohm goes down on strikes, and that's Casey's 5th strikeout. We're going to check out that out-of-town scoreboard from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Meyer, official grocer retailer of the Tigers Radio Network. Cleveland beat Minnesota today 4-1. Tampa Bay 6-1 winners over Seattle. Boston shuts out the Mets 4-0. Pittsburgh 3-2 winners over Milwaukee. Bryson Stott takes up and away ball 1. Yankees 4-2 winners over the Nats. At Pittsburgh, they had a doubleheader today. Pirates 7-6 winners in the other ball game of that doubleheader, the 1-0. It's taken slightly away. 2 balls and no strikes. Stott singled and scored in the fourth. He's 1 for 2. 2-0 pitch. Taken outside corner, called strike 1.
That's the pitch that Casey's done a good job of getting back into counts with. Ball's behind instead of throwing that four-seam fastball right down the middle. He backdoors that slider, catches the outside part.
2-1. Up and away. Slider. He sprayed it. It's 3 balls and a strike.
Tried to get there again. Tried to repeat the same pitch and just let it leak out a little.
Tyler Holton, new arm in out of the Tiger bullpen, and Kyle Schwarber will take a sweeper away for ball 1. Drew Anderson, inning and a third, scoreless, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Tiger pitching change is brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. A 1-0 to Schwarber. Sweeper, and again, he doubled up on the pitch. That time clips the inside corner for a called strike to even the count.
Nice pocket of hitters here for Tyler Holton. Schwarber, Harper, Marsh, all left-handed.
Schwarber 0 for 3, swings lines to center. This one is sinking, and it falls in for a base hit. Reaching up to grab it is Matt Vierling. Schwarber's going to try for a double. The throw in! Got him! Phillies with the hand up. We'll see if they want to challenge this one, but Matt Vierling with a good throw in. I think he's out, Dan.
This throw was one hop right on the bag and got the hand of Schwarber before it gets to second base.
So to go as a base hit for Kyle Schwarber. He'll extend his on-base streak, but thrown out trying to extend it to a double. When he took off for second base, I was thinking, what is he doing?
There was a little, just enough hesitation, and that made him safe.
First pitch swinging, Bryce Harper bounces to first. Spencer Torkelson, quick underhand flip to Tyler Holton, and that is out number 2.
There was just enough hesitation. He rounded first, took that big turn, and I think he looked up and said, I got a shot here, but didn't come like out of the box thinking that's a double. Made his mind up after he rounded first base, and just that slight little hesitation was enough for Matt Vierling to throw him out.
And he wasn't out by much.
Nope.
So now 2 outs. Base is clear for Brandon Marsh. 4-1 Phillies ahead here in the 8th inning. 8th inning is brought to you by Varsity Ford of Ann Arbor. First pitch to Marsh is taken for a strike.
I'm talking about all the left-handers right here in this nice little pocket. The batting average for Tyler Holton, it's gone down. It's below 300. He was having some trouble earlier in the season getting lefties out.
Sweeper away, count evens 1-1.
Finally starting to get them out, getting down below 300. Sits at 294. Might go up just a tick with that base hit from Schwarber.
A 1-1. Sweeper for a called strike, and it's a 1-2 count. Looks like a completely different pitcher than the one we saw earlier in the season.
No doubt. I mean, he came off that, just allowed 2 earned runs in June over 13 2/3 innings, and continued in July.
The 1-2, Marsh slices it foul down the left field line, and we'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. Phillies big inning, a 3-run fourth against Casey Mize. They have maintained that 4-1 lead thanks in large part to a brilliant performance from Christopher Sanchez. There's a swinging strike 3 on the sweeper, and Tyler Holton, despite the leadoff single, gets the side in order with an exclamation point at the strikeout of Marsh. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Phillies 4, Tigers 1 here on the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
Hey, Tigers fans. Summer is here, which means it's time for baseball and beaches.
Well, it's the start after. Toughest start of his young career. Let's see if Cam Schlittler bounces back against this Rays starting lineup. And down goes Aranda on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
You know, there are certain guys that you always match up extremely well, and Aranda does not hit the high fastball, especially with the velocity. He's really went heavy with the four-seamer against this Rays team.
Swing and a miss, and a 1-2-3 inning for Schlittler.
4 strikeouts. Cam Schlittler threw 4, and he's rolling.
3-1. Yankees lead top of the Rays order, starting with Yandy Diaz. Swing and a miss. Diaz down on strikes.
Yeah, and that's not easy to do because he is a guy that does not strike out much.
There's Jonathan Aranda. And there goes another strikeout on 99.
And a little movement, a four-seamer that had a little arm side run, but he's underneath it, not catching up to it. And that's been the downfall of Aranda.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Authority of the Detroit Tigers, it may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Christopher Sanchez back to work. And Matt Vierling will take a ball down and in. 98 pitches for Sanchez. And he's back out there for Philadelphia. They have a 4-1 lead over the Tigers. Up and away on Vierling for ball 2, and it's a 2-0 count. Matt's had a nice day at the plate. 3 singles. McGonigal and Dingler to follow. Tigers have hit into a couple critical double plays each of the last 2 innings to quell the threat. The 2-0 from Sanchez. Sinker that came back for a called strike 1. Don Mattingly, old school guy, and he says, well, you're not at 100 pitches yet. Get back out there, kid. Time called by Vierling, but you had a great chat with Don Mattingly today. If you didn't catch that, you can catch part 2 of Dan's interview with Don Mattingly on the pregame show tomorrow.
He actually did talk a lot about that old school and new school.
Down and in, 3-1 the count.
How you have to marry both of them, over the course of his career from L.A., more analytical, then going to Miami, coming here, just the analytics, and then just having everybody working together from the front office down to the players.
3-1 upstairs. That's ball 4. So Matt Vierling reaching base for the 4th time in this game. Phillies have had action in their bullpen, but Mattingly is still in his seat, not coming out to make a change. Here's Kevin McGonigal.
It must have been that they wanted Sanchez to face McGonigal. Just with Matt Vierling 3 for 3, you thought maybe they'd bring a reliever in just to start a clean inning.
McGonigal 0 for 3 today. Sanchez delivers this one. Shot the other way. Base hit. McGonigal extends his streak to 16 consecutive games on base. He sits safely in 6 straight, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. And here comes Don Mattingly. And it's going to be bullpen time for the Phillies. So Mattingly gambled. He left his starter Sanchez in. Sanchez a fine outing today for the Phillies. But Vierling walks, McGonigal singles, and the Tigers will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 8th inning as we step aside for this Phillies call to the bullpen on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
We are.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one head for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
4-1 Phillies ahead, bottom of the 8th inning. Tigers threatening, and it's a call to the bullpen brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Jonathan Bolin making his 32nd appearance out of that Phillies bullpen, and he'll have to contend with Dylan Dingler, who's 1 for 3.
He's been throwing it really well over his last 22 games. 20 innings, only 2 earned runs, 3 walks with 28 strikeouts.
First pitch to Ding, inside, ball 1. They got to, and that hit him.
Wow.
First pitch thrown by Bolin hits Dylan Dingler to load the bases for Spencer Torkelson, and now the tying run is on base for the Tigers. Dan, this is a Phillies bullpen that entering the series, a 10.30 ERA in their last 8 ball games. It went up last night. And so it's a bullpen with a lot of good power arms, but they have been struggling.
Yeah, Bolin does. Got that fastball averages just a tick above 97. Got that good slider and sweeper.
Torkelson takes a slider up and away, ball 1. And this is the risk you run by leaving the starter in. Your reliever's coming into an unclean inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. 1-0 to Torkelson. Swinging a ground ball, softly hit to short. Turner has it, flips to second for 1, Stott to first, and that is a killer. Torkelson, for the second time in as many at-bats, hits into a 6-4-3 double play. Matt Vierling scores, makes it a 4-2 ball game. McGonigal advances to third, and now Riley Green.
See how they go after Riley Green. If they'll go after him with that 4-seam fastball at the top of the strike zone, see if he can't get one down in that strike zone, get underneath it.
Tying run at the plate, bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Tigers trail. First pitch, Green takes a changeup away for ball 1. Bolin from the letters, 1-0. Up and outside. Green's got the count in his favor. It looks like he wants nothing to do with Riley here. Got the right-handed hitting Valencia on deck. Pocket of 3 straight righties following Riley Green. Bolin kicks and deals. Swing and a miss on a high 4-seamer. It was in the zone, and it's 2-1.
That's that good fastball at the top of the strike zone. Just bring that one down a little bit. Boy, it's tough decision with Valencia. You got Colt Keith and Kerry Carpenter, left-handed swingers.
The 2-1. High and tight, 3 balls and a strike. Chorus of boos raining down on Jonathan Bolin. Kerry Carpenter does have a bat. We'll see if they decide to go with him. Up and away, ball 4. So the tying run is back on base. And Valencia will hit. Eduardo today, 2 for 3, a single and a homer. And we're going to have a Phillies mound visit. While that's happening, we'll get a check of that out-of-town scoreboard from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Meijer, official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. In action right now, Baltimore. 4-0 lead over Kansas City. Houston all over the Texas Rangers, 7-0. Cardinals lead the Braves 3-0, and the Reds up 2-0 over the Cubs. Tigers men at the corners. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Eduardo Valencia, the batter.
They're spending a lot of time going over the scouting report on how they want to go after Valencia. And he's got to scare them a little bit. What they saw against, the home run against the Athletics, and then the home run today, the base hit.
Yeah, I mean, he took one of the best pitchers in the game out to the opposite field.
I mean, they're sitting there going, yeah. And AJ's playing a hunch here too, just saying, he's swinging a good bat. Must like this matchup, him catching up to one of the fastballs.
Bolin deals to Valencia. First pitch, loop towards shallow right. It's fielded on a hop by Bryson Stott. Broken bat for Valencia, and he will ground out to retire the side.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Speaking of the AL East, the Rays are back in the driver's seat thanks to a week to remember from Junior Caminero. The Rays' blossoming superstar earned Player of the Week honors last week and has continued to rake.
Oh, yeah, he's still got the power. What a blistering pace.
Becoming the youngest player since 1900 to homer in 6 straight games and launching 9 homers in his last 8 games. During that torrid stretch, he posted the 8th 3-homer game in Rays history.
What a day to remember at Tropicana Field.
Junior's major output kick-started an 8-game winning streak for the Rays, as the team looks to capitalize on the Yankees' recent struggles.
An incandescent stretch for Junior Caminero.
And after hosting a week-long home run derby of his own, Junior will once again return to the stage for the real thing during All-Star Week in Philly. After finishing as the runner-up to Cal Raleigh last year, he'll have his eyes set on the prize this time around.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Sam Carr Safety Kit today at callsam.com.
Pitching matchups. We had one today with Casey Mize and Christopher Sanchez. We'll have another one tomorrow as Tarek Skubal takes them out for the Tigers against Zach Wheeler off of a 14-strikeout performance his last time out.
They're going to do a little repairs, it looks like, possibly.
A little mound manicuring?
It looked like it. Looked like they were asking, but now they're going over to the dugout. Yeah, here they come.
Well, it's a Tiger pitching change, and it's brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Kenley Jansen is on. Tigers trailing 4-2 here in the top of the 9th inning. Dan, you know who brings us the 9th inning?
Comerica Bank.
They do. Want to elevate your small business's game? Visit comerica.com/succeed to learn how.
How could I forget?
I ask that every day when it comes to lineup time. You've been rock solid with it lately, though.
No, I missed the other day. I got one more day till the break, so I'm really going to concentrate hard tonight and in the morning so I don't mess it up.
Dan wakes up, eats his Wheaties, and reads the Comerica read. Grounds crew out to fix the mound. Tigers, they fell behind 4-0 in this ball game in the 5th inning. Eduardo Valencia, who has burst onto the scene. Opposite field home run, his 2nd in 3 games. Tigers getting one back in the bottom of the 8th inning. Such a promising inning, Dan, but the Tigers have hit into 3 double plays in this game. So every time they've threatened, the Phillies have been able to make that quality pitch to get 2.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Sanchez, a heck of a game, 7+ innings, but, 10 hits, though. I'll tell you, a lot of traffic on the bases for the Tigers, just like you said, those double plays.
Yeah, he has given up 22 hits over his last 2 starts, but today he was able to limit the damage to just 2 runs on 10 hits with a walk and 7 strikeouts. Jansen will face Alec Bohm. First pitch is down and away on a cutter for ball 1.
Kenley last pitched on Thursday and picked up the save. And just coming in here just because it's the 9th inning, he wants to just keep it right where it is. So the Tigers will have some kind of shot in the bottom half of the 9th.
It's a called strike at the knees on a cutter. Count evens. Yohan Duran is warming down in the Phillies bullpen. So the Tigers will have their work cut out for them in the 9th inning, and they'll have Hauli, Ben Malgiri, and Zach McKinstry scheduled to hit. 1-1 to Bohm. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Bohm 0 for 3. Former first rounder of the Phillies back in 2018. The 1-2. He got him. A swinging strike 3. Bohm down on strikes for the 3rd time in this game. And there's 1 out in the 9th inning for Bryson Stott, who's 1 for 3.
Boy, nothing secretive about that. Just cutters right down the middle. Here it is. See if you can hit it. Bohm not able to come up with anything.
So one down here in the top of the ninth for Bryson Stott, 1 for 3. Jansen wiggles into the high set, kicks and offers to Stott. First pitch up and away, ball 1. Tomorrow, last game before the All-Star break. After the break, the Tigers will be out on the West Coast. Series against the Angels. The 1-0. At the knees, a called strike on a cutter, evens the count. Bryson Stott, another one of those former Phillies first rounders. He went number 14 overall back in 2019. The 1-1. Swinging a line drive into the netting, up the first baseline. A foul, it's 1-2. Dan, I know a lot of people can make noise about the Phillies. They have been big spenders, but they've been able to grow some homegrown talent in this organization as well. The 1-2. Swinging a foul straight back. Left the cutter up that time. Do it again.
It's so important to do that. It's so important to grow within your farm system and then add those missing pieces from within or from outside. Bring in the big name free agent. But you've got to have that good, strong, solid farm system.
The 1-2. Poke to left center. That's going to sit down for a base hit for Bryson Stott. Up with it is Matt Vierling. He'll get it in quickly. Holds Stott to a single. It's his second hit of the game.
They decided to go to that slider, and Stott was able to poke it into left center. And that's the thing about Kenley. I mean, he just wipes out left-handed hitters. They're just 4 for 39, 103 average coming into the game. And that's mainly on that cutter. I think the only hits really I can think of are on that sinker. And then right there you see the slider, and you got to keep an eye on Stott over at first base.
JT Realmuto. Runner goes. Pitch is a called strike. No throw from Valencia. Stolen base number 17 for Bryson Stott.
Yep, it's just with Kenley Jansen on the mound, and they know that he's just going to go and not going to give really any indication that you're going to throw over. And that's why Valencia just held the ball.
The 0-1. Missed inside. Evens the count up. Ball and a strike. So a man on second. That's a big run out there.
Sure is.
Especially with Yohan Duran down in that Phillies bullpen. Long look to second. 1-1. Swinging a chop to short. McKinstry will glove it on the backhand. Flips across. 2 outs. And that's the thing about a Dave Dombrowski bullpen, Dan. He likes those big power arms in the pen, and we have seen that at every one of Dave's stops in his career.
Yeah, that's always been kind of a downfall until Dave got there, and then they started adding those pieces and kind of built a stronger bullpen.
Phillies, they've been so close in recent years.
Yeah, and that 2023 when Arizona beat them, that was the year that I think surprised a lot of people.
2 outs, man on second. Jansen, he'll spin off and look. Bryson Stott back to second base. (4-2) Phillies lead the Tigers, 9th inning. Jansen's first pitch to Gabriel Rincones Jr. is lifted in the air, center field. Vierling started out, now has to come in. He'll make the catch. Side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning here at Comerica Park.
Sandy fired 100 pitches, worked through 8 innings of one-run ball tonight in the second most hitter-friendly park in baseball.
It's a grand slam! Happy 250th from Randy Arozarena. His 9th home run of the season.
And working on a payoff pitch. Swing, there it goes. Deep in the air to left field. He's got another one. Number 26 for Junior Caminero. And he's got 11 in 11 days. 1-0 Rays.
7 complete for Yamamoto. No runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Straight away center. Did he do it? Did he do it? Yes, he did! Start the fireworks!
What in the world did you expect? That's what he does.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win. Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them, and I was like, I think we can get these results, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to have that moment and have everyone so excited to have a picture of you is a fun moment.
BillLumber.com.
Are in the bottom of the 9th inning at Comerica Park. The Tigers trail the Phillies 4-2. This game brought to you in part by Corewell Health, reminding you that together we can overcome any obstacle and fight any battle. Pitching change brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. Phillies have summoned their closer, Yohan Duran. He's 23 of 24 in save chances this season. It's his 34th appearance of the year. He's 1-3 with a minuscule 1.42 earned run average, Dan. This is a tough customer.
Yeah, hard to believe that he just made his first All-Star team.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. You would have thought this guy, with all the good years he had in Minnesota, would have been there.
No, absolutely. I mean, just the arm that he has, and really just is known for that triple-digit fastball, but he's got a wicked split finger. Throws that almost as hard as that four-seam fastball of his.
Colt Keith will pinch hit for Hao-Yu Lee. Lee, nice day at the plate with a pair of hits. From the windup, first pitch to Keith, swinging a ground ball to short. Trey Turner will backhand for a cross in time. 1 pitch and 1 out for Duran here in the 9th inning.
That's why that stranding stot at second base was so big. You just get one runner on, and then the tying run comes to the plate. They're trying to ambush. Colt Keith's trying to ambush Duran there. Hit it good, just right at him.
He's only given up 24 hits in 31 2/3 innings this season. His only blown save came against the Blue Jays on June 9th. Big cut and miss from the pinch-hitting Kerry Carpenter. 100-mile-an-hour four-seamer, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Kerry was trying to get the Tigers within one. Boy, that was a big swing.
The line by Duran, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another one at 100.
Boy, and another big swing from Kerry, not holding anything back. He's got that nice uppercut launch swing on those first two.
And they were both in the strike zone. He was not chasing. That tells you how good Duran's fastball is. The 0-2 poked foul just to stay alive. Emergency hack on a knuckle curve. Kind of a rarity seeing a closer working from the windup, Dan.
Yeah.
4-2 Phillies here in the bottom of the 9th with 1 out. Duran from the wind. The 0-2. Carpenter pops it up the elevator shaft behind home plate. Real Muto tossing the mask. He's on the track. He'll make the catch. 2 down.
Boy, just stayed with that four-seam fastball, and anytime those go, like you said, straight up and straight down, you know that's got good speed and it's got good hop to it. Just to be able to clip that and shoot it straight up like Kerry Carpenter did.
Coincidentally, last time he blew that save on mentioned June 9th was the last time he gave up a run. First pitch to Zach McKinstry. 2 outs, 9th inning. Zach takes it away for a ball. I mean, Dan, what's the approach when you have a guy who is this good?
You got to pick a pitch.
1-0. McKinstry got a splitter. He fouled it back. Count evens up. Mullen a strike.
Because you can't worry about Okay, he's got all these different pitches, the knuckle curve, the split finger, the four-seam fastball. You got to pick just maybe a side of the plate and know it's going to be hard.
Duran from the windup, the 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. Shallow left. Going out is Trey Turner. He'll make the catch. And that ends the ball game and ends the Tigers' 6-game winning streak. A 4-2 final. Phillies take the middle game of the series, setting up one heck of a rubber game tomorrow afternoon. 4-2 your final today here at Comerica Park. We'll step aside. Postgame is coming up next here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Seen anything like it.
Driven deep to left field. Going back Ramos. Track. Wall. See ya. A home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees lead 3-0.
Got a lot of giddy up on it. Hey now.
Bludgeoned. He knew it.
It's just ridiculous upper body strength. Be able to muscle that ball.
Halfway up in the bleachers in left field. Stanton was 414.
108 miles an hour up the bat.
Big G, ringing the bell. His first homer of the season. His second RBI in as many games.
Here's Ramos. I like him.
Yeah, I do too. A lot.
Ramos, it's a high drive. Left field. It is out of here. He got that one.
Yes, he did. You get an idea how strong this guy is. That's a running back playing baseball. He hits him where not many guys hit him. I mean, that's up there almost the back row. I think it was the back row of the bleachers. 434 feet. Kind of reminds you of Andres Galarraga, doesn't it?
At Comerica Park, Greg Gaina alongside Dan Petrie, our wonderful engineers. Allende Zuri here in the booth. Jake Bragdon back in the studio. Tigers, they fell behind early today, Peaches, and just could not figure out how to score runs against this tough Phillies pitching staff today. They were really good. Christopher Sanchez, 7 innings of 2-run ball. And then you get to the 9th inning, Yohan Duran lowering his ERA to 1.38 and picking up his 24th save and 25 chances. It's a tall task if you fall behind this Phillies team to come back and win a ball game.
Yeah, I think it was just that one bad inning, the 4th inning, and you look back and you say, oh, man, it just started with a walk to Brandon Marsh and then just kind of snowballed from there. But just one bad inning, and Christopher Sanchez gave up a lot of hits, but Tigers could not get that big punch, as AJ talks about, just when we've been punching back and then we've been getting that big blow, and that's been the knockout punch, but they just haven't been able to get that knockout punch in today's game.
And, for the second straight game in a row, Dan, a walk played a pivotal part in starting an inning. Remember back to the first game of the series with Tim Mesa, Riley Green drew that 11-pitch walk that opened up that 5-run inning for the Tigers. And today, Brandon Marsh worked a full count and drew a walk in the 4th inning. And that's the big inning for the Phillies today, where they put up 3 runs. So we knew runs would be at a premium today, with as well as Casey Mize has thrown the baseball and as good as Christopher Sanchez in. is, and this game lived up to the billing on the pitching side, and unfortunately the Tigers came out on the short end of it.
Yeah, I just think there's two really good teams going at one another, and that's what was on display today. And just the Phillies had the one big inning, and tomorrow it's got all the makings for another really good, solid game with two horses going at one another in Zach Wheeler and Tarek Skubal. You never know how things play out, but all the makings of a really entertaining game.
Phillies will improve to 53-43, while the Tigers drop to 7 games below 500 at 44-51. Our player of the game is brought to you by Pennington Grass Seed, the official grass seed of the Detroit Tigers. Dan, I don't know where you're going to go with this one, but I'm going to go with Eduardo Valencia. Had the big home run today and his first game catching at the major league level. Had some ups and downs, a couple of stolen bases, but all in all, thought a pretty good effort tonight out of Eduardo.
Yep, I mean, he continues to be a threat at that plate. I mean, I still think the story of the game is Christopher Sanchez just allowing that one home run where the Tigers have been hitting a lot of home runs, and just that one big one from Eduardo. The other one, I think Matt Vierling, too, had a heck of a game with those 3 hits and then the walk, so on base 4 times.
Our big hit of the game is brought to you by Little Caesars. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. What is your big hit of the game?
I got JT Realmuto, got a hanging slider from Casey Mize, and doubled down the left field line to knock in 2, and that was the difference in the game for me.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. It has become must-listen-to radio. It's our stat of the game. It's brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Now, obviously, we're on radio, so folks who are listening cannot see us here in the booth. But Peaches, diligently taking notes throughout the game, does it every night.
Yeah.
All for this segment.
No, right. Well, I mean, for all of the things we have to do, not just for stat of the game, for all the things we cover.
Pray tell, what say you?
Well, you go first because I've got a number of them, but I have one big one. But you go first.
You have a big one. I wasn't even going to give one tonight.
Okay, well, I'll go.
Yours are so good.
No, okay, well, I'll tell you. I think it's the 3 double plays. Okay, that I think was the difference when you have that much traffic and you bang out 10 hits and only get 2 runs. 3 double plays to me is kind of the story of the game. You can also say they had 10. The Tigers had 10 hits. 1 extra base hit. I think the Valencia home run. The rest were singles. I believe that's what it was. The other very important stat, too, you can see that I just picked, but Christopher Sanchez, first pitch strikes, he was 20 of 29, 69%, but it was over 70 for the majority of the game, and that allowed him to get ahead and then throw that tantalizing changeup that was able to get some of those double plays, get 6 of his 7 strikeouts. So, not stat of the game, stats of the game, but I think those are the ones that added up for the victory for the Phillies.
I couldn't agree with you more on all of your many stats of the game. That was good stuff, Peaches. I really like that. But you said the one thing that really I think was the difference in this game today, and it was the Sanchez changeup. This is the first time I had the opportunity to see him pitch in person. He did it to the Tigers last year, 8 scoreless innings, gave up the 2 runs today. But that changeup is absolutely filthy, and he knows how to use it.
Yeah.
And there's a reason that Sanchez is 11-4 on the year.
And the thing is, if you're pitching behind constantly, though, the Tigers can be a little bit more selective and not expand the strike zone and then get into those 2 strike counts that opens up the strike zone even more for Sanchez. So that's what led to that tantalizing changeup, was just that he was working ahead most of the game.
More coming up next on the postgame show here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meijer.
Hi, Tigers fans. It's Dan Dickerson. Quality health care. It's something uniquely personal and essential to each of us. But quality and cost go together because the cost of health care impacts the affordability of health insurance and the health care decisions we make, whether we're managing our family's budget or running a business. We need health care to be affordable, and we need information to understand why costs keep rising. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan has been sharing helpful information at mibluedaily.com/affordability. It makes clear how upstream costs in an expensive system of hospitals, doctors, and drug makers end up downstream in our health insurance premiums. And it helps highlight the solutions that Blue Cross is working on, like partnering with every part of the healthcare system, improving quality of care, developing lower-priced prescription drug therapies, and reducing its own administrative costs by $420 million. You can learn more at mibluedaily.com/affordability.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
At the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, we live by the golden rule. Treat everyone who calls like they're someone's friend, family, or loved one. When you call, we listen. We get started on your case. And we're Michigan's only firm to offer the no-fee guarantee. You don't pay until we win. Treating you like family, because that's how you deserve to be treated. That's the Bernstein Advantage. The Sam Bernstein Law Firm. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
Phillies 4-2, your final in this one. Tigers' 6-game winning streak snapped, and they'll have a chance to win the series tomorrow afternoon against the Phillies. And, Dan, I just want to call to attention something that's going on in the ballpark right now. And we look up on the giant video board in left field. And the Tigers do this for everybody who comes up to make their major league debut. And up there on the board right now is Eduardo Valencia. They have the date of his debut. His wife is here with him in Detroit. The rest of the family is still back home in Venezuela. But very cool moment, Eduardo. And look at that. He even went over right now, a young fan sitting in the front row, who I'm sure he has no idea who it is, going up and chatting with him. So he's down there on the field with his wife right now, and they're going to be taking some pictures. It has been a 3 days to remember for Eduardo Valencia.
You know what? I first noticed it, 2 years ago when Chase Lee made his debut and saw that up on the scoreboard. I even took a picture of it because I was so impressed. I mean, you'll have that. It's a big deal when you make your major league debut. But to have that up on the scoreboard and to take a picture, you'll have that memory forever because of that. I just think it's a beautiful touch that the Tigers do every time somebody makes their major league debut.
Yeah, and, Dan, the other thing that, life is always bigger than baseball. And Eduardo, thankfully nobody in his family was lost in the earthquake down in Venezuela. But every one of these Venezuelan ball players, and you and I had talked to Cater Montero right after it happened. Their hearts are on their shoulders right now, and it's a tough time. But you just hope that moments like this give these guys a little bit of joy.
Yeah, you do, but you can tell that they're playing with heavy hearts, and they're just fulfilling their jobs and doing what they have to do. But and they're playing for not only their teammates, but for the teammates here locally. But they're playing for their country. And, Cater told us, and look around the league, all the Venezuelan players that have gotten emotional. I think of Wilson Contreras in Boston, just how emotional he's been just with all the suffering that's gone on in Venezuela.
RBI Leaderboard. It is brought to you by Bill Brown Ford in Livonia. Visit BillBrownFord.com today. RBIs today for the Tigers. There was only one of them, and it was the Eduardo Valencia home run. Our defensive play of the game is brought to you by the Built Tough F-150, only at your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealers. Visit BuyFordNow.com. I have 1 star on my scorecard, Dan, and quite frankly, I think it was the play of the game.
Could have, yeah.
Because at the time, the Tigers had a man on second and only 1 out. Matt Vierling had followed with a base hit, but Zach McKinstry sent a screaming line drive that was tailing towards the gap in left center. Derek Hill for the Phillies, the former Tiger. It was legitimately a Superman dive. He left his feet, went in the air, and came up with the catch. It was an unbelievable catch for Derek Hill.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen in that inning. If that catch doesn't happen, if it gets by him, if a run scores, if it's a triple with Zach McKinstry's speed because he was diving, there's no doubt that was